Quite frequently, you guys ask about different production processes that we have. So I'm going to go over those coming up next. Hey everybody, Mike here from CMMG, and today I'm in front of you for another Q&A. Yep, another one. You guys keep asking the questions. I'm going to be happy to keep answering them. Sometimes we do have them formatted like this where they're going to be categorized. Sometimes they're just random. Who knows? But you guys keep asking the questions down in the comments below, and I'll be happy to continue doing these. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into these questions related to production. Our first question comes to us from Cerakote Contracting on Instagram. Their question is, what thread locker do you guys use on the DefCan 3 flash hider? Well, if you're talking about what we use when it comes to installation on the firearms, we don't use any. We just use peel washers to install that flash hider on things like the 300 series, Banshee, and Mark 47. Now, if you're talking about what we would recommend using when it comes to installing it by itself, or if you buy the DefCan suppressor by itself, we will ship it with some red Vibratite, and we highly recommend you using that. But because we don't know your exact application and if it is going to be running suppressed or if you're just going to be using it as a flash hider, we just ship it with the peel washers installed on guns, but we ship the suppressor and the flash hider with Vibratite. Our next question comes to us from Zabastel on Instagram. Their question is, what's the most challenging part of being a gun manufacturer? Keep up the good work. Man, that's a tough one. There are many aspects of being a gun manufacturer that are difficult. Keeping up with trends, or in our case, trying to set trends by being innovative and coming out with new products is definitely one of them. I mean, we've got to stay relevant in an industry that, it's firearms. There's not a whole lot of new stuff coming out, so we're always trying to do that. Otherwise, when I say keeping up with trends, that could be news and political trends also that have adverse reactions or adverse effects, I could say, to the manufacturing processes. So I would say those are probably two of our bigger ones, is just, staying relevant, keeping up the innovation, and being able to keep up with any changing trends or things that politicians might say to make business a little different. All right, now I've got two questions from two different people that are going to be fairly close to the same. So first off, we have a question from Sean Alexi 3Gun on Instagram. His question is, what parts are manufactured or milled in-house? The second question is from Heibel Knives on Instagram. Their question is, what major gun parts, if any, do you make in-house and need to outsource? Things like barrels, springs, bolt carrier groups, you get the picture there. By the way, he loves his Banshee 9mm. And when it comes to what we're making in-house, the easiest way for me to answer that is more and more every day. In the last year, we have brought in so many new machines, and we are producing so many more parts in-house. We have plans to be bringing in even more machines and bringing even more stuff in-house. I mean, we are expanding like crazy, and that way we can kind of keep an eye on our quality control a little bit better. So I really can't go down the list of all the specific things that we are doing in-house, but every day it's more and more, and it's going to continue to be more and more. But the one thing to rest assured on is anything that is not made in-house is made in the USA to our specs. So we make sure we engineer the product correctly, we do testing and everything, and then we will have it manufactured to our specs, all by other companies in the United States. Our next question comes to us from Scully in Focus on Instagram. Their question is, do you apply the Cerakote in-house or do you have a vendor? If it's the latter, do you have a preferred provider? Well, that's one of the great things about the expansions we've had, and actually moving to our current factory, one of the first things we did was we got a spray booth. So all of our Cerakote is done in-house by painters that are trained by Cerakote industry professionals or people directly from Cerakote. Our final question today comes to us from Building the Palette on Instagram. Their question also is in regards to Cerakote, and their question is, if I order a Cerakoted upper and lower in Midnight Bronze, will the Cerakote match each other? Well, it should. It kind of depends on when you order them. If you order them together, most likely that order is going to go to the floor and you're going to have things batched in the same batch. However, with most paint processes, even plastic processes, I mean, you can look at floor tiles, all sorts of different things that are made in batches usually have a lot number on them. So things that are going to be in that lot are typically going to match perfectly, while if you order something at different times, they might not be a perfect 100% match. It is going to be really close because we use the processes given to us by Cerakote themselves. So they should be really close. If you order them together, they should be spot on. All right, everybody, that pretty much wraps up this Q&A regarding some of our production processes. And again, I greatly appreciate your all's questions, so keep them coming down in the comments down below on whatever social media platforms you see us on. I definitely want to hear your questions, and I will be happy to continue making videos like this. If you found this information somewhat useful, it would be appreciative if you gave us a like. Definitely if you gave us a subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. We're trying to get our information out there in front of you as much as possible. So guys, as always, until next time, stay safe out there.